If Roe v. Wade is overturned, the future of abortion rights would lie, as you heard, with the individual states. Eyewitness News reporter Alecia Reid is at City Hall with that part of our coverage. Alecia.
Hey there, good evening, Jessica. This is an emergency rally that was planned here at City Hall. You can see behind me easily hundreds of people. Organizers say it took a mass movement to win Roe v. Wade, and it will take a similar movement to defend it. Chopper 3 is above City Hall right now, and people continue to file in. Organizers are also calling for every state across the country to hold similar rallies. There's been no shortage of discussion across the nation from that leak from the Supreme Court, and we wanted to find out the potential impact that it will have here in Pennsylvania. States like New Jersey and Delaware have laws to protect abortion rights, but there's no such legal protection in the Keystone State.
I don't think there will be a rush to ban abortion after Roe is overturned, if Roe is overturned. But I think that there's not going to be a rush to repeal the abortion restrictions that are on Pennsylvania books.
The GOP currently has the majority in the House and Senate, but Governor Tom Wolf has made it clear he will veto any legislation to overturn the current statute.
Let's remind ourselves that everybody believes in choice. The only difference separating people in this area is who's going to make the choice.
President and CEO of Pro-Life Union of Philadelphia tells us they've been waiting for an end to Roe v. Wade for 50 years, saying the right to life is fundamental even in some of the most extreme circumstances.
Rape is the most horrific thing in the entire world, but two wrongs don't make a right.
We reached out to Senator Pat Toomey for comment. He did not respond specifically to the potential overturn of Roe v. Wade, but said in a statement, while the motive behind this leak is unclear, I'm concerned it was released as a political ploy to pressure justices to change their views when the rule of law, not public opinion, should determine the outcome and reasoning of a case. Democratic Senator Bob Casey released his own statement saying in part he is concerned about the overturning almost 50 years of legal precedent, and Congress should be doing more to support women and families. Meanwhile, Governor Wolf is planning an event tomorrow at Independence Mall that will start at 11 a.m. Right behind me again, you can see just hundreds of people here at City Hall gathered to talk about human rights and the fact that abortion is a human right. And I'll tell you right now, more and more people continue to gather. It's not clear how long they'll be out here tonight, but I can assume it will be for a few hours. Reporting live from City Hall, Alecia Reid, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Alecia, thank you.